Good morning. Today is our final day here in Sedona, Arizona. So today I'm going to be hiking the famous Devil's Bridge Trail. This hike is pretty unique because it's home to the largest natural sandstone arch in the Sedona area. It's also one of the most popular hikes as well too. The trail is known for its red rock cliffs and desert scenery. It's going to be a pretty exciting hike because towards the end it leads out to this massive natural bridge, and from the bridge you get really expansive views of a lot of the red rock scenery. So without further ado, let's get this hike started. Been hiking for a little bit now. This trail is honestly really nice. Not having a lot of direct sun because it is pretty shaded. A lot of other hikes we've done in Sedona, there hasn't been a lot of shade, but this is definitely the most shaded one I've done. Also, this trail isn't as rocky as well too. Has a pretty smooth terrain for the most part. The opening section doesn't have a ton of elevation gain, so you get a chance to really notice the red rock formations, cacti, and wide open desert scenery around the trail. Getting a first look at some of the expansive views. Not as much trees in this section. That is one of the most unique things about this trail, is just the feeling like you're in the middle of the desert, even though there's not nearly as much sand. But you just get that feel so much on these hikes. One interesting thing about the red rock formations here is how they change throughout the day. Depending on the angle of the sun, the rocks can shift from deep red tones to bright orange colors, making the landscape look completely different as you hike. Just approached our first sign of Devil's Bridge to the right here. It's hard to believe how fast this hike is going by because on all trails it was listed as 2 miles to the bridge and then around 2 miles back, but it does not feel like that at all. Getting really close to Devil's Bridge, and what's really interesting is that the steepness is pretty gradual. I was expecting a more steeper incline going up to it, but it's pretty flat, although we are surrounded by some pretty tall rocks. But we'll see if it increases a little bit more as we go on. However, that's one of the great things with this hike, is that it's not such a steep climb as some of the other hikes that I've done. I have a feeling it's going to get pretty steep as we get closer, but if not, I'm definitely good with that because it's definitely a lot easier. Now the incline is starting, it's starting to get a lot steeper now. Whenever you see larger rocks like these, it's a sign it's getting a lot steeper. As we got closer to Devil's Bridge, the incline started becoming noticeably steeper, especially during the final stretch leading up to the bridge itself. Alright, we got some stairs going up here, and it's all rock. It is pretty similar to a staircase though. Look at all these cacti. We've seen so many of these. They're usually like this, where they're kind of smaller, not like the bigger ones. This is not Devil's Bridge, but we approached this rock here. Actually, it's more like a cliff. Overlooks this whole valley here. Came across this pretty large cave along the way. So is Devil's Bridge then above this cave? You know?
Yeah, it is.
So directly up there. This last section gains elevation quickly as the trail transitions from flat desert terrain into steep rock steps and uneven sandstone surfaces. Some parts almost feel like natural staircases carved into the sandstone, but they're uneven and require balance and focus as you climb. We have finally made it to Devil's Bridge. Right in front of us, there it is. Standing near Devil's Bridge in person really shows just how massive the structure actually is compared to how it often looks in photos. So people actually walk across the bridge right here to get a photo. They stand right in the center, like that lady there. Devil's Bridge is the largest natural sandstone arch in the Sedona area, formed naturally over thousands of years through erosion and weathering of the rock. Even though there are steep drop-offs around it, the bridge itself has more space than you would probably expect when you first see it from a distance. My siblings and I decided to walk out onto the arch and take some photos.